Prince George celebrates his 9th birthday today as thousands of fans wish the future king a happy birthday, but some have taken to social media to slam Meghan Markle for causing a rift between George and his uncle Prince Harry. It comes as a royal expert claimed Harry's bond with his nephew suffered as a result of his fallout with his brother Prince William after he decided to step down from his role as a senior royal in 2020. According to royal expert Christine Marie Liwig, Harry was known as the fun uncle to Prince George, 9, Princess Charlotte, 7, and Prince Louis, 4. It certainly seemed like Prince Harry embraced the role of fun uncle. An inside source told the Daily Mail that Kate and Harry really bonded over his free and easy spirit. Surely it has to be a good thing if the pair of evil grifters are kept away from Prince George and his siblings. They should not be allowed near kids as they would corrupt them, and his attitude came in handy when playing with her kids, the source shared. Kate adores the way Harry plays with her children. He is very good with them, a charming big kid and silly uncle. One user, at phred_farm, wrote, just waiting for Meghan Markle to say something negative about His Royal Highness, Prince George. Worth remembering Meghan is estranged from her own family as well. No surprise to find she keeps Harry separate from folk who love him and may influence him, interfering with her control-freak plan to isolate him so her influence is all he experiences. One thing is blindingly obvious. Prince Harry is an unhappy, bewildered, lost soul. Markle was banned from the Cambridge household after she was caught photographing George in his room in the family home. She's been planning right from the get-go to sell any royal information or photos she could get her grubby hands on. She's a snake. Another added, I wouldn't put anything past Meghan's fan club. Well, hopefully they leave Prince George, a 9-year-old child, might they be reminded, alone. Quoting a video showing Prince George's first year, featuring clips of him with Uncle Harry, one fan tweeted, this was when Harry was content being a brother to a future king, being an uncle to a future king. He was respectful to his grandmother back then and close to his family. Good times, before Meghan came into his life. Happy birthday Prince George. It comes as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge released an adorable image of Prince George on his 9th birthday. Happy birthday, George, but Ms. Liwig claimed Harry's relationship with his niece and nephews suffered as a result of the fallout from his move to California with his wife, Meghan Markle. Harry is a 37-year-old ex-military man. I can't stand his wife, but if there's a rift between H and his nephew then it's down to H. Personally, I would not trust the duo anywhere near William's children. H is not blameless, he's actually more shameful than his wife, because it's his family that they trash constantly. I am sure George won't miss H one bit, he's surrounded by loving, happy family members who truly care about him. She added, but, as you can imagine, things went downhill pretty quickly. And given the rift between Harry and William, Harry's role as an uncle suffered. I doubt George is bothered. He has all his family and friends in his life. He will now be used to Harry not being in his life. Given the state of Harry's personality, it's a good thing he has no impact on the child. Harry would love to be able to love bombs and manipulate George. Fortunately, Charles and William are blocking him. Harry is the one who caused all this necessary estrangement. Harry can't be trusted, especially with HW in tow as director of operations. George is a boy. As soon as Harry and Rachel slandered his mother, Harry was no longer relevant. Never get between a mother and son. Hopefully, his parents have told George, it's not Harry's fault, he has mental health problems. So George won't turn into Harry, hell-bent on revenge. I think that is a step too far. Yes, if there was no or dripping poison in his ear he would not be separated from the RF, but he is a grown man. There was never anything to stop him keeping in touch with George, Charlotte and Louis. She is bad news, but he is fool, and it's his lack of backbone that has allowed this situation to balloon, and fans have taken to Twitter to rip into fans the Duchess of Sussex for causing the rift between Harry and the rest of his family on George's special day. More fool Ginger for letting her do it. They are both as bad as one another. She always looks as if she has smelt something unpleasant. I don't know why she thinks she is so gorgeous because I bet she looks a lot different without makeup. I bet she dumps him in a couple of years. Harry's old wife stole Prince George's security name of Archie for her surrogate kid, and she had to lie about every aspect of his birth. Prince George will soon have a higher mental age than his dim-witted uncle. They have nothing in common. Prince George is the future king, Harry is a traitor to the crown. Harry was known as Fun Uncle and is now known as Carbuncle, a pustule full of poison. Shows he did once have a personality, and he did smile genuinely, you can't make that up. However, Harry said meme told him he was not happy. Well, she should know because he never does look happy anymore. Well done, meme. The leading family is what the megalomaniac evil devil witch demonic thing with the frozen ice stone cold all day Joker smile does as a natural behavior for her vile putrid self. Allegedly, Markle's made a comment that Harry was just a plane crash away from being king, making her queen. What type of person says, let alone, thinks that way? Tom Bowers did give her, she's ambitious. William and Catherine need to heed this as a blessing that there is a distance. The horrid duo with their children. Harry is just plain nuts and she is, well, you decide. The Cambridges are absolutely correct to keep the Harkless well away from their children. Markle famously said that she and Harry were one plane crash away from the throne. Markle is sick with jealousy over every member of the Cambridge family, so, of course, she went out of her way to split up Harry from his family as a matter of priority. The big losers in this action though are Harry and his offspring. The Cambridge children have lots of lovely cousins to play with in the UK, so George will just have fading memories of the once fun Uncle Harry. That person does not exist now anyway. Prince George is growing into such a bright and handsome little fellow. Happy 9th birthday, Prince George. My fun uncle dropped out of my life when I was 7 years because of his wife. That relationship never healed when he was allowed to see me at 18 years old. There was an unrepairable void. He had dropped me for her. None of his niece's nephews got close to him again in case he dropped out of our lives again. Harry now has no friends and barely any contact with his family, all thanks to the very unpleasant creature that married him. Markle is convinced that she is very important, but really, she is just a little, strutting, a child who is very full of herself. Sad that Harry married Meghan. She was out to destroy his relationship with his family because she wanted to be the most important person and number one. She is a pathetic narcissist. The Cambridge children are so fun to see in their photos. Harry hides his kids because he and Meghan only want to be able to sell photos for a livelihood. The truth of the matter is that nobody cares to see his kids. They mean nothing to people. He can hide his kids forever. Nobody cares. We call his kids Buck and Sue. Very appropriate names. The royals really need to make sure that Will and his family are well protected because Harry is not to be trusted anymore. What do you think about this issue? Please subscribe and give me feedback.